Hello dear students, we are studying chapter number 2, that is health and diseases. In today's video we are going to learn next part of the chapter, that is infectious diseases. So our first point is infectious diseases. So students, these infectious diseases are a type of acquired diseases, means the diseases that we are that we occur from the birth, after the birth of any person. They are called as acquired diseases, and infectious disease is a type of that acquired diseases. Now what are actually infectious diseases? So these diseases are spread from person to person. These are the spreading type of diseases. These are spread from person to person. And how these are spread? So these infectious diseases are spread from the pathogens or vectors or contaminated air, water and soil. So the definition of this infectious disease are the diseases which are spread through pathogens, vectors or contaminated air, water and soil. So let us write here definition of this, the disease or the diseases spread through contaminated air, water, soil or pathogens or vector. Pathogens or vector called infectious diseases. Now we are aware of that air, water, soil, contaminated air, water and soil. Now what are pathogens or what are vectors? So these are the living organisms which are responsible for the spreading of diseases. Pathogens or the vectors are the living organisms. Either these are birds or these are animals or these are microorganisms which are responsible for the spreading of that infectious diseases. So this is about the infectious diseases. There are several examples. These are TB, tuberculosis is there, hepatitis or typhoid is there, dengue is there. These are the several examples of infectious diseases. Now we will see all that examples one by one in detail. So first we will see the first infectious disease, that is TB. So students, first we will see here TB. TB is known as the tuberculosis, and the pathogen which is responsible for that disease is called Mycobacterium tuberculin. Okay, so this is the pathogen which is or microorganism which is responsible for the TB. You can write the name of pathogen in this way. You must have underlined the whole word in this way. Okay, so this is the pathogen. Now what are actually symptoms of this disease? What are the symptoms of that TB? So person who is suffering from the TB, it is having bloody spitting. It is having bloody spittings, and also chronic cough is observed. Chronic cough is observed into the person. It is also suffering from the emaciation. It means weakness is observed into that person. So these are several symptoms of the disease TB. Bloody spitting occur. Chronic cough means cough is observed for a long time. It is more than 20 days or nearly up to 1 month. And emaciation, it is mean by weakness is observed into the person. So these are several symptoms. Now mode of infection of this disease. Mode of infection. Now students, how this disease is spread? Okay, so as the person is having spitting, from their spitting the pathogen are transferred. Spitting, by the spitting of infected person, the pathogen or the disease is transferred from one person to another person, and also it is spread by using the things of infected person, the disease will be spread. So these are some mode of infection. Now students, what are the preventive measures for that? Preventive measures for the disease TB. So how we can cure that disease? How we can prevent that disease? So there are some ways for the prevention. So these are: isolate the person who is suffering from TB. Then BCG vaccination. We know that newly born baby is vaccinated with the BCG, and which is one preventive measure for the TB. BCG vaccination. Then next is a very important treatment which is given to the infected person from TB, that is DOTS. DOTS means what? Direct observation treatment short course called as a DOTS, and it is totally free of cost treatment which is provided by the government. So these are several preventive measures. So this is the pathogen for the disease. These are several symptoms, mode of infection, and some preventive measures for the disease TB. Now students, come to the next infectious disease, that is hepatitis. So second disease it is hepatitis. Now students, when any person is suffering from the disease, then the body of that person is looking like yellowish in color, feels in a yellowish in color. So why it happened, and what is actually mean by that hepatitis? This disease is also called as a jaundice. Okay, so we know that liver is present in our stomach, and that liver is the largest gland which is present in our body, and that liver produces a bile, produces a juice called bile, and that bile is inserted or passes in the intestine for the process of digestion. When person is suffering from this hepatitis disease, at that person or in that person, bile which is producing in the liver, that is transfer in, or that is comes into the blood of that person, and so that their body is looking in yellowish in the color. So these are some symptoms of the hepatitis disease, or person is facing the same problem which is suffering from the hepatitis. Now what are the pathogens for this hepatitis disease? These are hepatitis A, B, C, D, E. These are the pathogens. These are the viruses which are responsible for the hepatitis disease or jaundice. Now students, what are the symptoms of this disease? Symptoms are: person is suffering from anorexia. It means by that person is not having proper diet. He is not having a proper diet. Body is looking yellowish, in color. Yellow urine is observed. Yellow urine is observed. Then also the person is having sometime vomiting. So these are several symptoms which are shown in the person who is suffering from the hepatitis disease. Now students, what is the mode of infection of this? Mode of infection, that disease is mainly waterborne disease, and spread from the stool of person who is suffering from the hepatitis. It comes into the water, and when we intake such kind of water, then also another person is suffering from the hepatitis disease. So it is a water-borne disease. Water-borne disease. Okay. So in this way it is transferred from person to person. Or some insect like house flies, these are responsible for that disease. Insects spread hepatitis. So these are some mode of nutrition of that disease. Now what are the preventive measures? Preventive measures. So that hepatitis or jaundice is prevented by having or by using a boiled drinking water. Boiled drinking water. Water must be boiled. Must boiled. So have a drinking water. Your drinking water must be boiled so that we can prevent from this disease. Another, it is clean your hands. Clean your hands always. So these are several preventive measures for the disease hepatitis, and take a proper medicine against that hepatitis disease. Okay, so this is about second. Now students, come to the third infectious disease, third example. It is dysentery. It is also called loose motions. Common language we call it as a loose motion, dysentery. And the pathogens which are responsible for this disease, these are some bacteria, these are some viruses. Okay, so pathogens for this dysentery are some bacteria, viruses or virus, and namely Shigella virus or Shigella, then sometimes entamoeba. These are the responsible pathogens for the dysentery. Now what are the symptoms seen in the patient? These are symptoms of the dysentery are watery loose motions. Watery loose motions are seen, and pains in the abdomen. Pains observed in the abdomen. Pains in abdomen. In the patient. Stomach of patient. Abdomen means what? Pains are present in the stomach of patient due to the watery loose motions. So these are, and also persons face the problem of weakness due to the motions. So these are several symptoms of the dysentery. Now what is the mode of infection of dysentery? Mode of infection. It is that disease is mainly spread through the contaminated air, water and food. Air, water and food. Okay, so mainly it is the insect which are present on the food. These are responsible, or these are spreading the dysentery. Okay students, so these are the mode of nutrition. Mode of infection, and by which that disease is spread. So what are preventive measures? Preventive measures for the disease. So these are, we must have drinking of boiled water. So drinking of boiled water. Drinking of boiled water. Another, maintain cleanliness. Maintain cleanliness. And another, when the person is suffering from the dysentery, suffering from the loose motion, then it feels the weakness, and to maintain the mineral level, water level inside their body, the patient must assume or assumption of or consumption of ORS solution, means rehydrating solutions. One person must consume the rehydrating solutions. So these are the preventive measures for the dysentery. These are the pathogens, symptoms and mode of infection. So when you have to write about the examples of infectious diseases, then you must give the name of disease, then pathogens which are responsible for that disease, then symptoms which are shown in that disease, then how that disease is spread, and at last you can write the preventive measures for that given example of disease. So these are some examples of infectious disease that we have seen today. These are tuberculosis, that is TB. Another we have seen, that is hepatitis, and third we have seen the example, that is dysentery. The remaining examples of diseases that we are going to learn in next video. So let us wind up the session here. Till then, thank you.